Generating six figures a year in your tent business is not nearly as hard as you think it is, and today I'm going to show you why. I want to take a little bit of a break from the how-to videos and get more into marketing and show you guys the one platform that I use to generate six figures a year in my tent business every single year, and how you can do the same thing for your business. Let's get into it. So before I really dive into this video, I want you guys to know that I am in no way saying that it's easy to generate six figures a year in your business. It does require a lot of time. It does require effort. It does require sacrifice. I'm not gonna lie to you guys and tell you that it's easy and make you guys think that it's just something that can happen overnight, because that's simply not true. All that I'm saying is it's not as hard as you may think. When I first started my business, all I wanted to do was be able to generate six figures a year until I created systems and processes for marketing that allowed me to do it. Only then was when I realized it's not nearly as hard as you think it is. So when it comes to marketing your business, there are multiple different ways that you can get that done. You can do social media marketing, you can do business to business marketing, word of mouth. There are so many different things that you can do. All of them work, and they're all things that I have tried at some point or another in my business. But over the past 4 years, the main channel that I have used to get all of my customers has been Google. The reason why I think Google is the best platform for you to market your business is because most of the leads that you get from Google are going to be warm leads. So what that means is it's someone who knows that they want tent. They just want to find the best company that can do the job for them. In comparison to social media, most people are getting on social media to be social. So they're not necessarily looking for services. I understand that, in some cases people are going to social media to find the service, but 9 times out of 10, they're getting on social media to scroll and just to kill time. So you now, as the advertiser, are having to have an ad that's catchy enough and that catches the customer at the right time, stops them in their tracks, and has an offer that's attractive enough to get them to sign up. So they might not even be looking for window tint, have even considered window tint, but you're now trying to stop that person and sell them on your service, which it does work sometimes. You do have those customers that'll stop, that'll fill out your form and get a quote. I'm not saying that it doesn't work. It's just that with Google, your customer already knows that they want window tint. They are going to Google to book an appointment, to get a quote, whatever it is. They know that that's what they want. So the lead is warm. When it comes to Google, there are 2 main ways that you can market your business. You have your free Google listing that's provided to you by Google. You don't have to pay anything. All you have to do is sign up, register your business, enter your address, the name of your business, your phone number, all of the information where people can find you, the link to your website, all of that information into Google. It may take a few days, maybe up to a week for Google to approve your listing. Once it's approved, your business can be searchable now on Google. That's the free way that you can use Google to market on your business. The next way that I like to market on Google is by using their ads feed. So they allow you as a business to pay them to market your business for you. So when someone searches window tint or detailing or whatever it is near me, when you pay Google, they allow you to show up on the first page of their platform just because you're paying. Now, before I go any further into both of these platforms, I want to show you guys my stats and things that I've been able to do with my free Google listing and my Google ads, just to show you guys that I know what I'm talking about when it comes to Google. All right, guys, and just to look at my personal profile, as you can see, it is under Express Mobile Window Tint. So just to look at June alone, we have 130 calls. July, got 97 calls in July, 110 calls. And then if we just look from March through August of this year, we've got 565 calls, 2,000 business profile interactions. So that's people actually going onto my profile and viewing my different business information. And even if we look at website clicks, we have 1,200 website clicks, so almost 1,300 people that got onto my profile and clicked on my website. When you take a look at the stats from my free Google listing, you can see that I'm getting about 100 calls a month. So if you really think about that, that's 100 calls every single month that I'm not paying for. The only reason that I'm able to get those is from my free Google listing. All of that is 100% free, and that is 100 calls a month. And if I can close, 20% of those, I think I'm doing pretty good. Now let's look at the paid listing. This is all of 2024. So I'll explain why I'm not showing any of 2025 in just a minute, but this is all of 2024. So I had 21,000 impressions, 482 conversions, a conversion rate of 20%, 2,400 clicks, an average cost per click of about $5. Now, I know all these metrics might not make sense, but the main one I want you to focus on is conversion rate. So that is the customer who searches for window tint, they see my ad, they click on it, they go to my landing page and actually fill out the form and become a lead. So we're at about 20% conversion rate. So I went ahead and looked up what the average conversion rate is for service-based businesses on Google Ads, and as you can see, it's anywhere between 3 and 6%, and here we are at 20. When you add in my stats from my paid listing as well, you can see that I do have a pretty decent grasp on how to manage a free Google listing and my Google Ads as well. Now, by no means am I a Google Ads agency. I'm sure that there are some Google Ads agencies that might be able to get better results. I think they should if you're the professional in the area. All I want you guys to know is, as someone that is new in your business, as far as marketing on Google, it is something that you can do yourself. Now, the next question I know you're probably having is, which method of marketing on Google should I use? If you're someone that doesn't have the money to be able to dump into ads, then I would recommend starting with the free Google listing. The best way to maximize your free Google listing so that you can get 100 calls just like you've seen from my listing is simply to post. I know that sounds very, very simple, but it is just that simple. And what I mean by post is Google gives you the opportunity to post regular pictures, blog posts, updates of your business, pretty similar to like what you can do on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, just your social media profiles. You can do the exact same thing on Google. Now, what this does for you is it lets Google know that you are a legitimate business. If your address says that you're in Tampa, Florida, and your pictures are in Tampa, Florida, or your blog posts are talking about Tampa, Florida, if everything that you are talking about on your listing lines up to what you said as far as your location is in Tampa, Florida, Google's going to say, hey, this business is legitimate. At the end of the day, just like you are, Google is also a business, and anyone searching on their platform are their customers. So they want to build trust within their customers. So they're not going to show any businesses that don't have pictures where they, the address says they're in one place, but their pictures say that they're in another. They don't mention Tampa, Florida, if we're staying on that example. Google's not going to show that business because it can't be trusted. They can't trust you. Their search engines that have looked through your profile can't trust you. So neither can their customers. So they're not going to show you. So the best way to manage your profile the right way is to post consistently. When I first started managing my listing, I was posting like 3 times a week. So I would post a picture every single day, and then my updates would be about 3 times a week. So the blog posts I would make about 3 times a week. That's really the best way to manage your listing, is to make sure that you're consistently posting. Another really, really, really important thing that you can do to manage your listing and to be able to get free leads, free calls, is reviews. Now, that is something that is pretty tough to do. People forget, people say they're going to do it and then they don't. But if you can get reviews and not only get them, but respond to the reviews, that is going to boost your listing more than anything, even more than the post, because that shows Google that you did a job in Tampa, Florida. That person left a review in Tampa, Florida. Google does what's called geotagging. So if you post a picture, they know exactly where you were when you post that picture. They know where your customer was when they left the review. So all these things is giving Google confirmation that you are who you say you are to their platform. One small tip that I can give you guys about getting reviews that has absolutely changed my listing is I'll ask the customer, do you mind leaving me a review? If they say yes, I'll send them the link, but I take a picture at the end of the job. I'll take a picture of the car that I just tinted for them. I'll send it to the customer and say, hey, here's a picture of your car as well as the link to leave a review if you'd like to add that picture in. Typically, people know that you want them to add that picture in, but what that does is, A, it lets your other customers that may look at your reviews know that you do good work and someone trusted you enough to even post a picture in their review. People don't typically do that, but it also lets Google know that you are where you say you are. Location is important. I'm going to continue to talk about location because it is the most important thing when it comes to marketing on Google. But that picture that is geotagged and posted by your customer is going to give more confirmation to Google, again, that you are who you say you are to their platform. Now, I do have to be transparent with you guys about the Google listing. It does take time. So this isn't something that you're going to create your listing today and you're going to get leads tomorrow. It does take time to build up. It does take time for Google to trust you. But over time, as they do trust you, you'll start to notice your rank will go up on Google. You'll start to get more calls, and you can track that through their analytics platform. So like I mentioned before, I told you that with my paid listing, I was only able to show you guys 2024. And the reason that is because I don't run ads for my business. Now I do run ads for flat glass, so that's commercial and residential tint. But as far as automotive window tint, I'm not running any ads currently. I may turn them on here or there, but I do not run any ads for car tint. The reason that is because over the past 4 years, I've dedicated so much of my time to building my Google listing, posting consistently, getting reviews, everything that I just taught you guys how to do. I've done that consistently over the past 4 years so that now I get free leads, free calls, free booking, website clicks, all of those things absolutely free. And I don't even have to pay for ads at all when it comes to automotive window tint. All right, so now that we've talked about the free Google listing, I want to talk a little bit about the ads. To be honest with you, the ads are fairly simple. It's just that. It's just an ad. You're able to go into Google, add in all of your keywords. So that could be, window tint near me, car tint near me, car tint, Tampa, Florida, mobile window tint, Tampa, Florida, or whatever. Just anything that you want to actually be ranked for in Google or you want your business to show up for. You can write an ad specifically for those keywords and market your business to Google. As long as the ad copy that you write and the landing page that you send your customers to, once they click on your ad, all mention the same thing, Google is going to show your ads. It's really fairly simple as far as the setup. It does take a while and it is pretty complex, but once it's set up, that part of it is pretty easy as far as the Google ads. Because the Google ads are a little more complex as far as the setup, I know I said they're simple. They're simple to run once they're set up, but it's the setup portion of it that does take a little bit of time and it's a little more complex. I would like to do that in a separate video and show you guys how I set up my ads personally, but we'll get to that. I really just wanted to teach you guys what exactly Google ads are and how they actually work. The number one tip I have for you guys is if you're running Google ads, make sure that your ads lead your customers to a landing page and not your website. Typically, your website has a ton of information, pictures, blog posts, other services, things that'll confuse your customer. If they click onto your website, there could be a chance that they get overwhelmed by how much is on the website and they'll click off and not book at all. Versus a landing page is talks specifically about whatever it is that they saw in the ad. So let's say they searched car window tint Tampa, Florida. Your ad said car window tint Tampa, Florida. You should send them to a landing page that talks about car window tint Tampa, Florida. This is called a message match. So it lets your customer know all the way through the process that you are offering exactly what it is that they're looking for. Now that you have an understanding of what the free Google listing is and what Google ads are, I want to give you my recommendation and how it's worked for me managing both. So the very first thing I did was created my listing, and I think that's what you should do as well. I think you should create your listing, start to build that listing up. And while you're building that listing, if you have the money and if you have the time, set up your ads and let them run as well. So what this combination does, the ads are going to give you the immediate response. So you're going to start to get leads, start to get customers as long as your ads are set up the right way, while you're giving your free listing a chance to build up. Over time, your ads are going to build up traction to where that's working for you, as well as your free listing is now also building up traction. So over time, you'll be at the same point that I'm at, where you can decide if you want more work, you can turn the ads on. If you're good where you are, you can just have your free listing. And that is the most ideal setup in my opinion. I hope you guys learned something. I hope I was able to give you more information. I'm a nerd when it comes to this Google stuff. I love marketing. I love everything about it. So if there's anything that I mentioned in this video that was confusing to you or you don't get, or something that you would like for me to go into a bit more detail about, please leave a comment and let me know. I'll be sure to get back with you guys individually. I'll catch you guys on the next video.